Yo, what's up, guys? It has been a minute since I have been on live. Really, like a long minute. I'm actually kind of ashamed for how long it's been since I've been on here. Please let me know if the music's too loud. And I'm saying that as if somebody might even get on here. Considering the cannabis library is so small, the chances that people even hop on here are pretty low, but you never know. I figured I'd give it a chance. So I can go on here to Cannabis Library on the Discord. I'm going to let people know that I'm on here. Let me see. Just gotta find this right quick. Just give me 1 second. What's good, Griffin? It has been a very long time. Shit, I sent it on a different channel, but what's good, guys? How you doing? Appreciate you guys tuning in. It's been a second since I haven't been putting out a ton of content, but it's definitely been a second since I've gone on live, especially considering I was going on every day for for a while, for months there. Which I guess months really isn't that long when you think about it, but it was a good little second. At least it felt like it. I felt a lot better about just coming on here and making content. Gonna be figuring out what more I want to be making content about here soon. A lot has been changing for me and shit like that. I actually did get banned. Yeah, well, the old account, Cannabis Library, got banned. That's why, like, current one has like 200 subscribers or something like that. I haven't been making a lot of content on it, but I don't want to promise that I'll be making the same amount I was before, but I should still be having some coming up here soon. But the Grant Patterson channel is still alive and well. And I haven't been making a lot on there too. I want to make kind of my first year in Chicago recap. I just went up to Canada, so I do want to make a video about that as well. I had one video about Canada. That was the last one I put on Cannabis Library about a week ago now. So I plan on at least releasing one video tomorrow. I've been writing out ideas for it and stuff like that. And I'm kind of just taking shit as it comes to me, you know. But I definitely am ready to make some more videos. I'm definitely ready to kind of get back to what I was doing before. This summer was pretty hectic, so I damn near just had to take a pause from making content. And I was kind of burnt out, honestly. I've been making a lot of content over the last couple years. And I think that just kind of happens to you when you do the same thing like all the time, and like obstacles come your way and shit. Sometimes this shit gets in the way, but sometimes you gotta take a break, go read some books, and come back. What's the goodwill? I was making that bronze sculpture that, if anybody follows me on Instagram, you saw that I was working on. And I would be working sometimes like 10, 11 hour days working on that bronze sculpture. And even if I had the days I had off, I was so drained from working that job and the heat and stuff that I didn't really have a lot left for creativity. And that's not necessarily an excuse, and it's not really, because I still was filming. I filmed a lot of that process, and I want to be releasing that to y'all soon, because that is the most random but still pretty cool content that I've come across over the last couple years, you know. Um, I won't promise that I'm making a ton on there, but if you guys do want to subscribe to Cannabis Library, I don't know where everybody's tuning in from. Yeah, everybody's on my Grant Patterson one, but this is also streaming on Cannabis Library. And with that being said, you can go on there, and I'm gonna try to keep putting more content on there. But you guys can see kind of my experience of smoking weed out there. No, they gave me hat, beanie, no jersey, but that is the um, tag or the link for Cannabis Library if anybody is looking for that. Yeah, Patrick, for sure. And I had gotten kind of unused to doing a lot of physical labor. I really just been making content for most of like the last year and a half type shit. And, but I haven't been making the content exactly that I want to make. And even if you're making money or you're doing whatever, doing kind of like getting by, making money, if that makes sense, and it's not the content and not the, especially in the art world, because in a regular job I feel like it's different. But and I consider making videos, writing out videos, writing stories, stuff like that, that's like art shit. So if you're making money off of it but you're not enjoying what you're doing, which I just want to shake up the content that I was making, and I need to take a step back to kind of understand what I needed to do and shit. I really need to read a lot of books, which I'm still not through that process. But this past summer, I've read like 10 or 12, and I need to keep growing that list because um, I don't know. I'm just one of these recent college graduate, not that recent anymore, but of this last decade college graduates who feels like didn't really get any skills out of it. So I've been taking a lot of time trying to actually build some real practical skills. But y'all didn't come on this live for this. Y'all came for a smoke session typically. So oh, I have Cannabis Library also. Chicago Cannabis Library is another one. I've been doing Chicago Cannabis Library. Yeah, I've been doing interviews for Respect My Region. I've been running the Midwest Cannabis podcast. So I haven't stopped making content. Y'all probably haven't even seen that, but I've been doing the Midwest Cannabis podcast, and I've been interviewing Midwest cannabis brands. I've hit Missouri this far. I've hit Missouri, obviously Illinois. I've hit Indiana. I've hit Michigan. I've hit, I think, Ohio. Yeah, for sure, actually, Ohio. So I've been really covering all the Midwest, interviewing some owners of brands, some kind of just like management level people in brands, some brands that are like just in the tech space. And you guys can go on my website if you, I'm starting to upload those on my website also. But if you go on the Chicago Cannabis Library, you can see that the Midwest Cannabis or Respect My Region. So I haven't actually completely stopped making content, but I had just stopped really producing it for myself. I had just been on for working with Respect My Region, doing those interviews, which have been fun, actually, surprisingly fun. I've met some cool people in the cannabis industry from now like 6, 7 states, gotten to interview them, gotten to get some good information. Good book that I've read recently. Um, what is a good book I've read recently? I read random shit. So like literally, I have a book full of like, I doubt most people in here even know who he is, but Bill Hicks. He's a stand-up comedian. I've just been reading Bill Hicks sets and stuff. I've been trying to break down a lot about the comedic process. Like I have a book right here that's about like writing comedic like screenplays and stuff like that. And so I'll have usually one of those, like something that'll like develop me. Then I have a book by like I have like 2 or 3 books by David Sedaris that I'll have in repeat, um and that's just like inspiration, more creative writing. And then I'll have a fiction book in rotation. So I'll try to keep like 2 or 3 in rotation because I can't really read one too consistently unless it's just like that good. That's what's up, yo. Well, I have to think about the best book I've read this year is definitely Naked by David Sedaris, like no doubt. But he's just at a different level of storytelling because I've actually read some really good memoirs this year also. And I've read this book called Stories That Stick. I read Kevin Hart's book this year that was really good. I read a book on Richard Pryor this year that was really good. I've read just some memoirs this year that were like really, really good. But I know a lot of people aren't really into memoirs. Some people are. I read Rick Ross's book or listened to Rick Ross's. No, I think I read that one. Second book. I read Shoe Dog by Phil Knight this year. That was a very good book. A very, very good book. What else? So I'm looking at this stack. Yeah, read a Louis Armstrong book. I read um, this. It's a John Leguizamo's memoir. So I've read this year's been. I've read some good books this year. I've been happy about that. Anissa, how you doing? The son of Ray J. I get that so much. It doesn't bother me. Like I get called that so much. What's up, Calvin? And Pablo, no, I didn't quit YouTube. Sometimes you just got to take a step back to take multiple steps forward. You know what I'm saying? I had to really take a step back because I've been trying to develop my storytelling and my writing and all that stuff. Like the fundamentals under what can make you a good like storyteller on screen and through video and stuff like that. I've really been trying to dive into those fundamentals. And because I've gotten used to talking on screen. Even right now, just turning it on, getting on here, talking to you guys. There's 10 people on right now. I really appreciate that. Donavelli, the book was so good because he's lived a he lives a completely opposite life that I live, and the way that he describes it, it puts you in the situation. You feel the emotions he feels in that time. You feel, and it's all real stories, like anecdotal type, humoristic writing, because he's a comedian at the end of the day. He's not a stand-up, but he's like a humorist. So that's why that book is so good. Oh, I mean, you don't boxing review. It's up to you. I was just telling people. People asked what I had read this year, so that's what it was. Yeah, Anissa, it's been a minute. I appreciate you pulling up. It's definitely been a minute. Ridiculousness, is that what you're talking about? Talking about Rob Deerdeck? I don't even know Son of Ray J, to be honest, but he's still living back in Houston. I'm pretty sure. But to be real with you, I have no idea. Some WWE shit. I'm dead, Fairfax. Nah, it's only been a couple months, really. I stopped in like May. I took this summer off, and I saw it coming because if you guys saw my Instagram, my personal Instagram or whatever, you probably did not. But if you did, you saw I was working on this sculpture. That I don't know who the fuck that is calling me, but that one, yeah. So you could see, if you look at my Instagram up there or whatever, then you could see. But I was working on a sculpture this whole summer. I'm working for a sculptor out here, kind of really out on the edge of Chicago. And when we were working together, I was working there all day and shit. So it's just I had to take a step back. And like I said at the beginning of this live stream, I was pretty burnt out from the process, which just kind of happens. Missed you guys too, Anissa. This is dope. The last documentary I watched that Playground is the name of it. It's on Netflix right now. It's like narrated by Idris Elba. They talk about like all the different games and sports and like little competitions all around the world. That's a documentary. I watched that recently. Another documentary that I watched recently. There has to be another one. I'll be watching them consistently. What was it? I watched something else. I watched some of that Andy Warhol one that's up, but there was another one that I watched that was full thing. Really, just the artistic process done. Just going like manic, pretty much for like he did for almost for like a year, just to like get out a huge project that was not close to enough time that would usually be needed for a project like that. And just watching somebody like forget everything else and just be like, "This is what I got to get done." That it was a cool experience in that. Memphis Furman, what's good? I'm seeing some names on here that I'm not even used to seeing. This is dope. I'm gonna kind of try to get to be on here more often. I accidentally actually paid for another month of StreamYard. I did not want to run that 25 this month, but I was like, since I ran it, fuck it, let me live stream. I have no opinion about the Kanye stuff. I haven't watched even enough of the Kanye stuff to really know exactly what I'm referring to when I say the Kanye stuff. I see the shirt he was wearing and stuff. I saw that Adidas may pull his shit, like the Yeezy line and stuff. I'm like, that's kind of a stretch, but I don't know what to say about that Kanye shit. He's just a wild guy. And I read Rick Ross's book, like his second one. I've read his first one too, but his second one this past year. And he talked about how like he talked to Kanye and he would really be like, Kanye does every single thing he does for like attention. So it's kind of like he's just gonna do and say what he has to do to stay in the limelight as long as he possibly can. So it's once I kind of realize that and you see that, I take it a little bit less serious. He does have a voice, and so some of it might be serious and more than other things, but I don't have too much of an opinion outside of that, I guess. What's up, Bong Toker? How you doing? Nicole said I was being too loud, so I need to be quieter. Today I worked with the sculptor. Actually, I'm gonna be working with him a lot less, more than likely. But I went out there and just preparing for this other sculpture that's about to be erected, which I'll probably work on, but I'm not exactly sure. I'm also looking for a new job as well. Now you don't have to pay to stream on YouTube; it's free. If you had to pay, I wouldn't be on here. I have to pay for StreamYard though. StreamYard streams to multiple YouTubes and my Twitch, which not like I have anybody on my Twitch or anything, but multiple StreamYards in the Twitch. The other one is like a giant head, like not even a bust, it's like a head of um, this dude that founded Chicago. But he's working on like 4 right now, so here's some other ones in the works. What's up, Cloud Check? How you doing? I've been good. I've been good. I've been pretty busy. That's a bit, yeah. Well, I appreciate it. I'm gonna check it out. Yeah, well, like he's always working on them though. Like he gets consistent work for real. Like he's pretty prominent. He's done some big people. It's like pretty famous people. What am I smoking on? I don't even. Let me see what the name of this strain is. I've been trying to control my spending on weed for real. That's another reason why these are hard for real. Because when I was doing these live streams every day, I was smoking way too much. Chem pie. Chem like chemistry. CHEM pie. Oh God, Don, why you put that on me? I think it's a beautiful possibility of life that only humans are capable of doing. Now, there are other animals that essentially get married too, but without the semantics. But it's cool. I don't have any opinion on. I don't have any public opinion on marriage. It's between two people who love each other. That's all I have to say about marriage. That want to sign contracts and tell everybody that that's the case. But this person will not stop calling me. And then they texted me in all caps, hello. They're calling me from Friendswood, Texas. I know they have nothing good to say to me. I don't even know anybody that lives in Friendswood, Texas. And it's green text, so I already don't trust it. No offense to you Android users out there. But if I get like get hit up randomly and it's green text, if it's blue text, I'll text and be like, hey, what's up? Green text just feels like a scam. I don't like, once again, no offense to the Android users out there, but green text message, just like, nah, this person's not really invested in this text. A quick take on Andrew Tate. See, it's dangerous talking about these people because I don't know everything that they say. Like, I have watched some Andrew Tate content that I agree with, and I have watched some Andrew Tate content that I disagree with. So, like, I can't say that just all in all, or just completely I agree with him or anything like that. I think he has value, and I don't think that because people disagree with what people say, they should be able to be banned off of like platforms. To be honest, like I think things should be able to exist out there that you just don't have to look at. In my personal opinion, and I know that that might not even be popular opinion at this point, but like even with like comedy or with movies or whatever, like when you have to go out of your way to watch something to then complain about it, I think that's a problem. I think people should have free speech even if I disagree with what they're saying. So about him getting banned and stuff, I think that's kind of ridiculous. I think people say worse things than him on the internet and are allowed to exist. I understand he's famous and people would say he has influence, but I see people say some wild shit on the internet and just, okay, you give out green text proudly. I'm happy for you. Oh, what's up, Austin? I got you. Your lifestyle. I see. I see. Desert Child, what's good? Sorry, I just saw that. Done. Where am I traveling to next? I don't have any plans on traveling next, but this winter I am trying to go snowboarding somewhere. If that's in the cards, we'll see if the money makes sense. If the move makes sense, I'll probably go snowboarding. And if I don't, then I might make a trip back into Canada. Not to Winnipeg again, but I will go either try to get over to Alberta or go to Toronto or something like that. That's where I'd like to go next, other than snowboarding. But I could snowboard over in Alberta also. Exactly, Cloud Shack. They'll say it's it's interesting what is considered not okay, and then I feel like everything eventually won't be okay. So, um, we installed the sculpture. Well, well, um, we went up to Winnipeg, and the hockey player we were doing is installed in front of their stadium. So I was up in Canada helping to install that, and it's a few days just living life, but yeah, it was an installation process. So we drove a truck at that long ass drive up there, and I just did that. It's really my first time like traveling for work. Oh no, he's dead. He died 2 years ago. Otherwise, we would have. He's just a normal dude. I mean, all those pro athletes who played in like the '80s, like if you love them, they're like that way, but they're not in the same way that like athletes are superstars today because of like social media and stuff like that. Like, athletes today, even when they're done playing, I think like Amon Shumpert's done, he's still in the media and the news and stuff like that. Like athletes stay relevant post career these days more than they ever have before, especially with shoe deals and stuff like that. Like nobody's wearing any Magic Johnsons or nobody's, and they might be, but like not like, well, they might be, but like it's just like not really. It's a little bit different. I'm actually sipping. I had leftover like mimosa, so I haven't tried nano weed edibles. I don't think. Yeah, I don't think I have. Yeah, yeah. Well, they do have some snowboarding up in Wisconsin a little bit, and yeah, Michigan a little bit. Some small hills, so I might try to get out over there. I got you, Kevin. I think most places are ran the exact same way. I think most countries are run in the exact same manner. We just call them different names. The rich people have shit. The poor people don't have shit. No. Okay. Sorry. I'm looking at this text. I'm trying to figure this out. I haven't seen anything about blinker hits, but I don't even really say take blinkers that often. BK. Oh no, I haven't watched the bare knuckle fighting championship. Gonna be back on. I'll be back on. I'll keep getting back on lives. Like occasionally. This is fun. I missed this. I did. I should have been getting on here more recently, but I'm glad I am on here now. I hear you, Calvin. Two hosts that meet similar destinations. That makes sense for sure. I definitely, if you guys have ideas for videos, let me know. I mean, sometimes I get some good ideas from people, obviously. And yeah, I appreciate it. Well, Nicole's pretty good, I think. She's trying to go to sleep. I think I'm keeping her up. My voice be so fucking loud. Like if y'all knew me in real life, Will knows my voice be loud. How many push-ups can I do right now? Not that many. Shit, I'm out of practice. I'll probably hit like 45 and be out. I probably I'll probably hit like 45 and be done at this point. 40, 45. The sculpture shit was so heavy that was mostly my arm workout. I haven't been doing too many push-ups these days. Only push-ups. For real, I don't even know who said that. I'm dead. I be trying to control my voice better, but I'm sure um I'm sure I be yelling too much. What can I say? I be excited. Oh, nice, Fairfax. That's a bit. I hope it helps you out. I hope it'll help you. Roll some nice J's. I hear Nisa. Last ditch. Where have I been? I've been working. I've been working. I've been on. If y'all want to watch any videos I've done, they've all been those interviews on the Chicago Cannabis Library. So I have Cannabis Library and the Chicago Cannabis Library and the Grant Patterson channel. And across all those, you can see what I've been doing. THCA is your new girlfriend. I feel you that THCA is nice. She's sexy in it. It's nice for sure. Appreciate it, last ditch. I'm glad to be back. Unemployed smoker. Good evening to you as well. Cheers. What's good, Track Hawk? Appreciate you tuning in from Chi-Town. You've been on Chicago Cannabis Library. Got a new subscriber. Appreciate it. Yeah, in the Chicago Cannabis Library, you can see I've been putting in. That's where I do a live stream interview of like people from the Midwest. So anybody who's in the Midwest, I've done Missouri, I've done Ohio, I've done Indiana, I've done. I named these earlier in the video, but I've done Michigan and then in Illinois as well. I've been interviewing different people within the cannabis industry of all different types of facets, like PR people, people that have dispensaries, people who have grows, people who do marketing, people who are in the tech space. I've been interviewing them. So if you guys are ever interested in checking those out, you can check those out in the Chicago Cannabis Library. I appreciate it, Dan. I appreciate it. I definitely miss making videos, miss coming on here and chopping it up with people. I still don't know too many people in Chicago, actually. So this is still some of the most social interaction I get. Oh my goodness. And this is where I can just talk and just feel comfortable. I went and did an open mic this last Friday and just bombed. It's like that's uncomfortable. It's still cool. It's still fun trying it out. But this is a bomb. What is Will on? Why is Donavelli asking me this? The crazy thing is, if you don't definitively say no, is the assumption no? I mean, is the assumption yes if someone doesn't definitively say no? That's the funny thing about getting asked questions like that. It's like, do you have to be definitive in your answer? Because if you're not, are people just going to assume the answer is yes? That shit is hilarious, bro. The best dispensary I've been to, the best dispensary experience I've had was in Canada for sure. But the best dispensary I've been to, I haven't been to too many. I really haven't been to too many. But yeah, Jay. Because I mean, I've been to, I guess compared to people who haven't been to dispensaries, I've been to a lot. I've probably been to 15, 20 dispensaries. But I just don't feel like we've evolved to a time where they're honestly, most of them are very like cool yet. The funniest thing that happened to me in the last couple of weeks is, and I'm probably going to finish on this story because Nicole is going to be angry at me soon. I think my voice just like echoes in this room, even if I'm not talking too loud. But yeah, well, just to say that because Canada only have like 5% taxes. It's like no lines because they have a whole bunch of stores. It's like super cheap. Like you can get eighths for like US like $12 in that hoe. Like top shelf in that hoe is like $35 US dollars. It's like it's pretty crazy. Maybe you can find some for like 40, shit like that. But when I was in Canada, actually, I went to this Dollarama and dead ass done. She texted me. She's like, "I'm trying to sleep." I'm like, "Damn, like 10 o'clock on the dot, isn't it?" But regardless, I was just in this Dollarama, and there was this lady in there, and she was homeless, and nothing else really told me she was homeless. Like too crazy. Nothing told me too crazy that she was homeless because she had on just like normal jeans, a t-shirt. Her eyes looked like she had taken like 3 or 4 Adderall. Like her eyes were like open, like wide open, like like open bloodshot, and she had no shoes on. And she was in this Dollarama, like pacing back and forth. She went from like the door back to the self checkout line because there's a whole self checkout section. They didn't even have checkout like help. And so she would go and she would go back and forth. And in this basket at her self checkout line, she had $300 worth of Halloween decorations. And like I told you guys, I was in a Dollarama. So that means she had 300 separate pieces of Halloween decoration. And I knew she had that much really because the screen had $176 already like scanned. And this lady had no shoes on. So it's like it was so clear that there was no way she would ever be able to pay even a cent of what was in that. And when the Indian dude that owned it, he just came up to her. He's like, "Ma'am, can we please put this back?" And she looked at him like he was the most unreasonable person in the world, like in the world. She went, "I'm looking for my black bag." I would yell it louder, but I don't want to like she yelled that in the store and it looked like she didn't have anything. Like she had no shoes on. She looked frazzled. She looked like she was tweaking because of her eyes. But the guy was like, "We need to put this stuff back." And so she's pacing back and forth, looking for this, evidently for this black bag. And at the same time, they're going to have to go put back 300 separate pieces of Halloween decoration. She's holding up the whole line. I looked her straight in the eyes, like on accident, and she was really one of the creepiest women I'd ever seen, like eye to eye, because of whatever like meth was in her veins or whatever. She looked like straight through me, and I was like, whoa, what the fuck? And so then I checked out. I had ran out of socks because I stayed there so fucking long. So I went to the dollar store and bought some socks. Checked out, got that, a couple like ginger ales, and walked out. I don't even know after telling that whether that was a funny story. But that lady was in that hoe tweaking. In the moment, I was pretty high. I had just finished smoking and shit. It was kind of funny because just to watch her, like, just the fact that she had $300 worth of Halloween decorations, like the thing that she chose to like really just like fuck up their day, slash try to steal, slash just run through a machine for no reason was Halloween decorations. But it wasn't scary as fuck. It wasn't scary as fuck. I wasn't scared of the lady, but I just found it interesting. Actually, the most interesting thing is she had on like socks but no shoes. Like most people in those positions, it's like if you because we were in the city, so if you walk in the city, like if you have socks on with no shoes, that lasts you maybe like 3, 4 hours until like those socks are completely worthless. So that means she recently got rid of her shoes. So she might have started tweaking like in the Dollarama. Who needs shoes when you have socks? Nah, you in the city like that and some concrete, you need some shoes, or you better just go barefoot. I do need to soundproof this room, but it's like that wall is like our bedroom on the other side of that, so it's kind of hard. Like it's so tight and stuff that I don't know if I could ever just like be quiet for real. Her goal was to scan as much shit as possible before they stopped her, I think. Uh, in the next 10 years, done. I'll have one. Denver, Chicago for a birthday. Hmm. Probably Chicago. Denver sucks. I love Colorado as a state, but like if you're going to Colorado, I wouldn't suggest going to Denver for real. Denver as a city, there's like a ton of tweakers. The weed prices are good, so if that's a huge thing, that's cool. But then like there's not even that many places to smoke it. In Chicago, it's super easy just to walk in the street and just smoke weed. There's so many more people on the street. Hell no, no way. That nigga's getting a new name. What's good, Mercy? Appreciate everybody who tuned into this. Y'all got me happy to be back on YouTube for sure. Right, unemployed. Like Denver, one of those cities that dies at night. No, no. I used to live in Colorado, and the who dies at night. You know, I don't know. It's a place where you like doing outdoor shit, or you like just smoking weed. Like it's a fun place to be, but if you don't like that, it's not fun. Because I would even if you're gonna go there, I would suggest go to like Fort Collins. There's a much better like close knit bar scene. I don't know how old you are, but if you're under the age of like 30, I would suggest go to like Fort Collins. Really, any age, because yeah, like I said, there's a cool like old town bar scene, stuff going on, stuff like that. Denver, it's okay. It's hit or miss. Or if you go to Denver, like plan it around like a concert or something, like plan it around an event, because to go there and just like think that stuff's gonna be going on. If you want to do something like that, then that's like Chicago. Like Chicago will always have something going on. I'm dead, Yoel. Oh, I've been just microdosing over this summer. That's all I've been. Full trip, maybe this winter when it starts snowing. But I've been buying cookies and cream bars, just kind of like microdosing a little bit. Yeah, I've heard of Calvin for sure. Because they just played it when I went to a Dizzy Wright concert in Fort Collins randomly. Yeah, the problem with Chicago is the bud here is so much goddamn money. Random account. I'm doing good. Done. Oh, I work. I work or I run. I just go about my day, honestly. Go to work. I don't feel anything. It just kind of, it's like what they told you CBD was supposed to be. Just relax you and give you a chill day and shit. That's what the microdosing really is, in my opinion. You need more than 6 grams to do that. 6 grams is, I'm an unreasonable person probably, but 6 grams is like borderline a reasonable amount depending on what you're trying to do. Come on, Don. Of course. I shouldn't even answer that. I have to delete this video. No, I'll be alright. But living life, Don, like microdosing is not like a thing to me. Biked in the city, ran long distances. It's kind of just what it is. Done what? I eat that shit like vitamins, bro. Yeah, unemployed. I think the most I've ever done is like 4 to 5. I don't be going crazy with the mushrooms for real. And I buy these 4-gram bars. But then if I really wanted all, I'd have to eat the full goddamn chocolate bar. And that's a lot for real. Hell yeah, unemployed. He did a good job. I helped put in a lot of hours, but the sculptor, Eric, did a really good job on it. That's a bet, Calvin. Appreciate it. Great on square. Oh, nah, well, she not like me like that. She got more natural peace about her. She don't be needing substances to provide her with clarity. I don't have as chill a spirit as she does. I be shit's crazy, but it's true. I appreciate you guys. It's almost been 50 minutes. It's crazy to be on here just talking, riffing with you guys. Appreciate Will and all the rest of you guys for the questions, keeping the conversation going. Interested in the video with a person that does health videos. I might be able to arrange something like that. I appreciate the suggestion. But I'm probably gonna sign out here. I'm probably gonna eat something sweet and then get in the bed like I shouldn't. Appreciate you guys coming and hanging out with me. I don't know when I should get back on here, but I definitely hope it's soon. I'll see you guys later.